You're watching a recap from Investor XP, the show that covers investing for gamers. Check out the video description for details. It's Friday, July 7th. We've got a great show for you today, although it's going to be a short one. I'm not going to break it up into recap videos to post on YouTube today. We're just going to do one show, upload it, and I'm going to try and get through it fairly quickly. It's Friday, so let's get started. We're going to do a portfolio recap. We're talking about Take-Two Interactive, Activision, Disney stock, and Netflix stock. So that's everything that we've got coming up today on the show. Let's start with a portfolio update. You can see the ticker below. A lot of the stocks we invest in are up today. They've really taken a beating this week, and we're still at our lowest return ever for the kids' stock portfolio that we invest in. As you can see, some of our losers include GameStop, AT&T, Disney. AT&T, good opportunity to possibly get more of them. They have a pretty high dividend yield. We're happy with AT&T. Like it when we get more chances to buy. Disney we're going to talk about a little bit later on today. WWE still sliding. Collector's Universe dipped into the red a little bit. Seagate is our biggest loser right now. May add more to the portfolio of them this month. Them and Nintendo are who we're looking at right now to buy, and Activision a little bit. We'll talk about them a little bit later too. Nintendo, we were up 60+% on them, so they've slid a little bit lately. So maybe another buying opportunity for them. So overall, 4% return. We'd like to see that 7% or higher. So we're lagging a little bit there. And our dividend yield is 3%. Want to get that up to about 4%, I think, annually. So not bad overall. Viewer pick stocks are doing pretty good. Let me pull them up here quickly to show you how the viewers have been doing on the stocks that they pick. And over in the chat room, talking about some breaking news. I'll probably look at that Monday when I get a minute to digest everything there. But thanks for bringing it up, and thanks for watching. So we'll check that out when we get a chance here. Viewer picks. Let's see how they've done. Mostly winners. Regens still doing great, 17%. AMD, since the viewers picked it as a buy, is up 34%. Micron's up 12%. Only losers are Kellogg, down 7%. Thor Industries down 4%. Really surprised. They look pretty good. All the other ones are doing very well, upwards of almost 10%. So viewer picks are doing well. Our portfolio for the kids is lagging a little bit. Hopefully we'll get a good week next week and rebound back to where we've been. We'll have our stock purchase coming up. I don't know if it'll be next week or the week after. We'll make purchase on that. Heroe, no word on Raven Ridge. So let's jump in. First story of the day is looks like we got GameStop is listing WWE 2K18 for the Nintendo Switch, and that is some news to a lot of people, as it's not supposed to come out on that system, but GameStop over in Ireland's listing it, and there's actually been two that are listing it for the Nintendo Switch. I think this would be a pretty good pickup on the Nintendo Switch, playing this on the go. Still waiting to see a lot of ports as they come over to the Nintendo Switch, but WWE 2K, big following, could be a nice title to release there. So let's take a look at Take-Two Interactive stock here. They're up 2.5% today, or 2.35% today. There's someone that we're keeping an eye on. We don't like them because they don't have a dividend. They reinvest their earnings to help grow the company. Really want to see some info on Red Dead 2 coming out from them. Their earnings date is August 2nd, so hopefully they'll have some info on that. Now, when they announced that Red Dead was moving out, the stock plummeted immediately, but their earnings were so good, it bounced right back. So I don't know if this is a stock to trade around with. It'd be more of one to own. We don't have it in the portfolio because of the dividend, but I mean, over the last year, up 86%. They have some great titles there. Yeah, Take-Two, yeah, they do have an odd relationship with Rockstar, but they got some solid IPs, certainly. They reminded me, we've done a story in the past, they reminded me of Activision as Activision was breaking away from Vivendi. And you look at some of the titles that they used to have versus what they have now, certainly Take-Two is starting to get some key franchises out there. Their balance sheet also looks good. $1 billion cash, not a lot of debt, and their free cash flow. They have enough free cash flow to pay a dividend. I'd like to really see them start doing that, but that's Take-Two. WWE 2K18 could be coming out for the Nintendo Switch. It's listed on the retailers, but we'll see if it actually happens. So moving on today, interesting movie popped up on Bloody Disgusting. It is... it could be an interesting movie here. It's a rated R comedy thriller with puppets. I'll be honest with you, the picture of the puppet bunny with his stuffing all over the place kind of sold me on this. And the old noir director, or the old noir style to it. Not Melissa McCarthy, not a big fan. She's involved in it, but Jamie Foxx would be okay. So it looks interesting. Looks like a pretty good movie. We keep an eye on movies as they're coming out. Mostly we invest in entertainment, technology, video games, and things like that. Our choice for movie stocks is Disney. And they've been lagging quite a bit because of ESPN. As you can see in their 6 months chart here, they've had quite a little drop off from the 115 range down to 103. Probably should have used a different color there. But yeah, bottoming out there. A lot of people disliking Disney because of ESPN and stuff going on there. But yeah, Disney, their movie lineup is one of the strongest that we've seen. And they're re-releasing a lot of their animated ones. So, like to see unique movies coming out. Like this puppet one, I don't know who will end up producing it. So you can invest off of that. But we think the movie industry is still pretty strong as long as you got the right blockbusters out there. People are pretty picky on what they're picking up. As you can see, Disney below, down a little bit today on the ticker. But we still like Disney to invest in the blockbusters. Nintendo, yeah, they want to get into movies too. Over on the chat there. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Activision is another one that wants to get into movies. So you'll see a lot of these publishers start to get into that, action figures, things like that. They're all dabbling in there. We recently talked about anime coming out for Assassin's Creed, so Ubisoft is getting in on it too. So you're going to see a lot of that. Right now our movie play, though, we like Disney. We think they got the best lineup, the best IPs. So, moving on, Hearthstone is getting a new expansion pack. It looks pretty sweet. Checking this out here, let me pull up the article over on Game Informer. We'll have a link to all the articles in the video description. They had a trailer out for this. Hearthstone, they've been doing these expansions and updating it and keeping people engaged. They have some pretty high engagement levels with Hearthstone. We've talked about Activision is really one of their key metrics that they look at is how many people are actively involved in their gaming franchises. And Hearthstone, free to play, is a great game, and they make a lot of money off of card pack purchases and stuff like that. So it was a brilliant game that they came up with and how to monetize it, Hearthstone, and it's definitely a moneymaker, cash cow for them. They're continuing to support it. Some of the new cards, they turn your hero into a Death Knight, giving them different abilities is one of the things that's coming with the new card here for Hearthstone, and that'll change things up pretty good. Here's some of the new cards that they've got that are going to be in the expansion. It's been a little while since I've played Hearthstone, but you can easily drop in and out and get suckered into hours and hours of gameplay. We think this is a very strong franchise for Activision. They get the most out of their franchise, and they've got some billion-dollar franchises right now. World of Warcraft, things like that are just huge, and Overwatch is another one that's becoming a huge franchise for them. So lots of hits on their hand. Activision, we were actively looking at the possibility of adding more Activision because they were on a slide, a slight slide you could see here during the last month. Turn this color here. They had been down several percent. They were up above 60, slid back down. They're up 3% today. So it's, I don't know, we may have missed an opportunity to buy back in. Their earnings are early August as well. We were hoping the slide would continue into the earnings and then we get in before that, but I don't know if we'll be able to pick some up. Like Activision long run, their dividend yield isn't the greatest, but they have a lot of upside with the franchises they have. Absolutely fantastic company here. Moving on, so like us some Activision. To wrap it up for today, like I said, we're kind of doing a abbreviated version. Castlevania, we've done the article recently about Castlevania anime coming out, and it's out now. We can start binging on it. I'm probably going to binge watch the whole thing this weekend, providing that it's good. Hopefully I don't watch one episode and say enough is enough, but it looked really good. They've already gotten a second season of it ordered for Castlevania, so that's a very good sign. Netflix, they have lots of possibilities for these hits on their hands. Netflix is another stock we don't invest in because of no dividend, but they're going to double the orders, so we'll be checking out Castlevania, binging on it this weekend. We'll let you know, hopefully Monday or so, what we thought of it. Good sign they're ordering a second season of it. Netflix is a stock that, they've had quite the run over the last year here. Where were they down? Around 87 a share, up to 150. I think they're overpriced. Overpriced quite a bit, but people are paying for it. We will see. I don't know. 190 times earnings on a stock is quite expensive. Yeah, the Konami is definitely interested in a Castlevania game for the Nintendo Switch. I hope they come out with one. I hope the series revives a lot of interest in Castlevania. Castlevania was a great game. So hopefully it takes off. Yeah, Netflix is just they've taken off, and people have been paying a premium for a long time for them, and they just keep going up. So Hope Castlevania is another hit. We like Netflix. We subscribe to it. Just don't invest in it yet. I would like to see them pay a dividend before I start investing in them, but they keep growing, so we'll see. Hopefully Castlevania takes off. Rooting for that. Like to see that out on Switch. A nice revival of some Castlevania games, playing them on the go would be pretty cool. But that's it for today's show. I'm going to wrap it up a little bit early today. You can contact the show, tweet us, email us. The information's on the screen behind me. We're live Monday through Friday, 1:30 Eastern, 12:30 Central. Get your latest investing news for gamers. We like to give out investing opinions, hopefully getting gamers more active in investing and saving for their future. So leave us some feedback on what you thought of the show, and we will see you Monday. Subscribe if you haven't already. See you then. Thanks for watching.